If you're willing to pivot until you succeed, the world's your oyster. The start, no matter how small or even a weak idea, if applied and adopted, if you pivot long enough, you will succeed. You will become a winner with it. Somewhere inside almost any idea has a solution inside of it. It may not look like what it started out to be. As a seed, doesn't look like a great oak tree. But give me enough time and I can figure a way to do anything. But tackle the things that you know, something that's something you know about and you have the same talent for, and you have some talent for, and voila, with enough effort, the sky is the limit. In this life, most of its limitations are often opportunities are disguised as unsolvable problems. The bigger the problem, though it turns out, the bigger the opportunity. Hallelujah. If you love breaking ground, then work with those that have some ground to break and are open to learning. Any fear when it comes to business is almost always unfounded. Fear is creating something, let's see what I wrote, obstacles that usually don't exist. The fear of stumbling creates the stumbling block. So it wasn't there till you feared it. It didn't even exist. Fear of failure, fear of success are all imagined negative outcomes. They are unfounded. What's the worst that can happen when you get out there? Get over yourself. There's no stopping you. Don't worry about if you look like a fool. Some think you're a fool anyway. Even when you succeed, they think you're a fool. Foolish way you succeeded. Every situation is an opportunity to solve a problem or accept the problem. This is why sometimes knowing too much about a problem and information about it keeps you locked in a box, locked in on a hamster wheel of why certain things will not work, and you read all the reasons why, and you know all the reasons why something doesn't work. But the worst part is all the reasons the certain problems can't be solved is the problem. The proverbs like, oh, that's not how we do it here. We don't do it that way up north. Or that's not the traditional way of doing things. So the very vast knowledge of a subject has all the reasons why it will not work out. Paralysis through analysis. It's tricky because some principles are present. But the truth of the matter is that the study of a subject contains in it the very blocks you don't want to see. Einstein said this was funny. He said, ever since I came in the clique with all the smart guys, I've hardly come up with any ideas. I know the longer he said, I no longer have breakthrough ideas I used to have. I'm conforming to the group. The very things that normally we're thinking about are the very things that trap us into locked in why not scenarios. Working in a familiar structure so rigidly causes breakthrough ideas to be stifled because of the knowledge. Complete conformity has its place once a problem is figured out. But when you're on the edge of breakthrough, you're trying to break through, you can't be looking at the conformity. Once it's set up and it's working, then the accountants come in, they can fine tune it and make sure it makes lots of money. But that's not what you're doing when you're trying to develop a new idea. We create a mirage with all this information at times that causes us to stumble over our own knowledge. We're in a rut and we can't see above the rut to get out for the solution. A perfect example of this is training an elephant from young. Its leg is chained to a post, and it struggles all day long to get loose. But it can't. It's just little, has no great strength. So when it's older and 100 times stronger, and it's tied to that same little post, it doesn't even try to escape. It's already conditioned to say, I can't get out of this. I already learned that when I was little. It can easily break the chain, but it won't even try because it's got this illusion around it. A little chain controls it. An illusion that he cannot escape, but could easily if he just went for it. Most people are stuck because of their training.